Hello everybody, this is Josh Paddock. April 1st, 2011, April Fool's Day, Happy Easter. This is A&P1 Week 4 lab overview of the skeletal system. I'm doing my video lab right now. We're talking about the different shapes of bones and the fourth classification of the shapes: the long, the short, the flat, and irregular. Right now we'll start off with the long bone, and the long bone we have, sorry, I'm at work right now, but the long bone, we have two different examples. Of the first, well, the definition of the long bone, or what the material gives as definition is, the long bone is the length of the bone is greater than the width. Example number one is going to be our femur, or my femur, right here, from the hip down to the knee, and obviously the length is longer than the width or the diameter of the bone. So number one example of the long bone is the femur. Example number two is going to be your humerus. It's going to go from your shoulder to your elbow, and obviously it's longer than it is wide, the width. So that's the second example of a long bone. Short bone, definition of short bone is going to be the length of the bone is approximately equal to the width. Example number one, I guess, would be with your carpals, which is your wrist. Multiple bones that make up your wrist, or multiple carpals that make up the region. It's between the tib fib and the metacarpals in your hand right here. Allows for movement of your wrist. Number two will be your tarsals, which is your ankle bones region. It is between your tib fib and your metatarsals, right here, right in this region, allowing you to move your foot left and right. So, our circumferential area. Classification number three is going to be your irregular bones. And our definition for irregular bones is going to be the bones that have complex features such as notches, ridges, or distinct shapes. And two examples of the irregular bones are going to be your vertebrae in your vertebral column. They have their unique shapes for many different reasons. They have notches in them. Everything interconnects to protect the spinal cord, allows movement, kind of like a chain that kind of goes back and forth, and that's kind of interlocking that makes up your vertebra, and the interlocking has notches that classify it as your regular bone. The next irregular is going to be your patella, which is going to be your kneecap right here. Just uniquely shaped, kind of more of a concave type in the back that attaches through tendons in your patella, either femur to your tib fib region, allowing for extension of your leg. And the fourth category is going to be the flat bone. And their definition of flat bone for this class will be, it is the bone is flattened and thin with a greater surface area than other bones. And the number one definition, not number one, but the first definition is going to be your skull. The different parts, you have the occipital, the parietal, temporal, frontal, different parts of your skull, allowing for just this have a lot of surface area, and that's what the classification is for. So and then the other flat example we have is the scapula right here, and scapula here. The definition we have in the book is they are flat but with irregular characteristics, because they have a couple bumps and a couple notches in it, but the overall theme is flat. And there's different things online, but from our book, that's what they're saying is flat. But again, this is Joshua Paddock. This is A&P1 Week 4 lab. It's April 1st. Happy Easter and April Fools to everybody out there. So have a great one. Signing off.